What's good, my people? It's your boy Z the Real here, and welcome to another one of my videos. Today, I'm gonna just do a follow up on the Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. I apologize for this part two. I understand the quality was bad, so I'm just doing another follow up video. But I just wanted to show y'all an example because I believe this new Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z is taking the format from this game. It has a lot of elements of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Most of y'all remember this is one of the greatest Capcom presentations that was brought out in the early 2000s. This featured most of the Marvel cast, the X-Men cast, including characters from Street Fighter Alpha. You got your Capcom originals such as Captain Commando. You got Hayato, Jin Satami. So it was a lot of characters in this game. I'm going to show you an example of the format because this game is what people have been waiting on. This particular game, the fact that Dragon Ball Z is 3 versus 3 is amazing. But look at this many characters right now. So just imagine let's say if Arc Systems was to create like 56 different characters like they do for this game. And I know everybody's normally suspecting that it's gonna be 27, 30, maybe 22 characters because of the slots, but at the exact same time too, just what if that's just for the demo? If that's just for the beta? Because that game is not even finished yet. Now there's already 9 characters. Krillin, Piccolo, and Trunks have been confirmed after the E3 that they're going to be in the beta version, which I'm actually going to try to get my hands on that link, which is supposed to be, there's supposed to be a Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z beta link on the 26th. But anyways, and just look at this format. See, this is how a 3 versus 3 game is supposed to be. Look, over 56 different characters. And most of these are support characters, good for support characters. They're low tier, mid tier, and they're high tier characters. Okay? But like, let's say if Arc Systems wants to make 56 characters of the whole Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, that means everybody in the original show, including the movie characters. Broly, Bojack, Zanya, which I talked about in my other video. Zanya, Hidden you got Tapion, like all these different characters. Okay? You got Garlic Jr., Cooler, the Ginyu Force. I mean, everybody that's in the Dragon Ball Z series that played an original, who was part of the original cast and played a very cool role. I mean, Yamcha, Tien, they can have all these characters in one video game. Okay, for this new Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. Imagine if they really had this larger roster. Then that would be the ultimate Dragon Ball Z game. Pretty much the best they could put out. Because like I said from my other video, I mean, if you're going to do 3 versus 3, you have to have a large roster. It just can't be 27, 30 characters. It has to be at least 40 to maybe 50 characters max. And that's including the DLC characters. But we got to take that in consideration. They got DLC coming out. I mean, but you also want to give fans, like I said, a large variety of support. And like I said, mid tier and high tier. Like I said, Goku and Cell are definitely high tier characters. Krillin is a support character. He's a keep away character. Then you got Piccolo, who's a long range character. Piccolo would be something like this Dalshin right here, who can stretch his arms and hit you from long range. Okay, you got your keep away fighters. Okay, so like I said, Marvel's Capcom to me is the best in the series. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, it's got a crazy system. Yeah, there's infinite combos, but the right defense will win every time. You know what I'm saying? The people who play at Evo, you know what I'm saying, they're playing these tournaments with Marvel's Capcom 2, these are the best game players there are. They know each and every last character. They know their defense, so they can counter off a lot of things. The best characters win every time. You know your character, you know your skill set. Then, like I said, you won't do too bad at all. But that's what I feel this new Dragon Ball Z Fighters is. Like, if they can add 56 characters, because like I said, it's unfinished now. It's only 20% done. Remember, it's 20% done with only like 6 characters. We only had 6 characters on the version with 9 characters. It's not even finished yet. I believe they could have a lot more characters being added onto this game for all we know. But I wish it's 56, even though I know that's far-fetched at this time. But hey, you know what I'm saying? What's the point in dream? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt to dream. It doesn't hurt to, you know what I'm saying, have hope. But I believe this game is not finished yet. They can do a whole lot of add-ons. But this is what I like, man. Like in most fighting games, this Marvel's Capcom 2 has one of the largest rosters. And this is not counting Tenkaichi, okay? We're not gonna count those. We just, as far as side to side, like fighting, Regularly, yeah, this is like the largest roster. Like I said, this is the best game in the series by far. Nothing can replace this Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I was actually lucky to get it on my Xbox 360 when it was out. You know, I came up on I bought an Xbox from the pawn shop and they had this game downloaded. And I thank God that this was in there. This is the reason why I still got my Xbox 360 today. Because of this game right here. This game is hard to find. You notice they don't even have it online. You can't even download it from anywhere. I mean, yeah, they brought back the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity title, but you'll never see this game at all. So shouts out to the ones who do still have the Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You have Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I would strongly advise you hold on to that game because that game is worth a lot of money now. You go on eBay, so yeah, you go on eBay, yeah, you can find. I found a Japanese copy on my Sega Dreamcast for like $50, but that was luck. Okay, I mean, yeah, you have the Japanese titles, but the American version, like this one, that's gonna run you about at least $100 to maybe 200 or more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you'd be lucky if somebody still posts a link on eBay. And that's if the link is even still available to download. But yeah, like I said, this game is a classic. If Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z can add 50 characters, like this roster is, at least 50, at least like 45 to get close, at least 45, like 40 like main characters that you, and then like 5 DLC to have at least 50 characters on that game, then like I said, that would be the best Dragon Ball Z game ever. Let's say if Arc Systems could take, you know what I'm saying, they could take a page and they're able to take a format of this game. They can literally, because like I said, if you look at Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, it's literally just like this game here. There's 3 versus 3. They got assist characters that help you. You got combination attacks. It's just like playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So just think about it. If they have a game where it's just all the Z fighters you mainly see. I mean, it's Goku, Tien, Gohan. They got Team Gohan already. They got Vegeta, but add like I said, they got Piccolo, they got Krillin, they got Trunks, but add Yamcha, add Tien. You're able to add Chaozu on there. Because Chaozu will basically be like a Surbot type character. He's good for assist. I'll say you have that in there. Okay, and then like I said, of course you have your Android 18, you got her twin brother 17, you have all the androids, Dr. Gero could be added on here. Just imagine that. Master Roshi. All these different characters, like I said, the Ginyu Force, Frieza, Cooler. And then, like I said, you got your movie characters. You got Broly on here. You got Bojack. You got Manjibu, Super Boo, or either Kid Buu. One out of those two could be added on here. You know what I'm saying? The reincarnation, have him on here. All the characters you could think of will be on this. I'll be included in this game. It'll be the best thing. The smartest thing for them to do is have that. Like I said, the game not coming out till 2018. They still got like roughly like 7 more months to add on. So that's what I wish they would do. I think if Arc System is smart, if they really want to make money and they really want to have a top seller, they add 50 characters. Instead of it being 27, 30, add at least like 45, maybe 50 characters. Yeah, it could be an arcade style, but it could also be a storyline too. Because remember, Tenkaichi been doing this for years. If you play any of the Dragon Ball Z games, like Battle of the Z, you know what I'm saying, Rage and Blast, Budokai Tenkaichi, those games all had over 70 characters, at least 60-something characters, and all had a unique storyline. Every last one of those characters had interaction. Okay, they can do something like that. Okay, and that's just for me being a Dragon Ball Z fan. I know they can have a large roster like that, but they should do it. It will make perfect sense. Because even then, the characters are in cartoon version, they're anime, just like this Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And for all we know, some of the people who worked on this Marvel vs. Capcom 2 game could be working on Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. Because the one thing I don't like about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is the simple fact that game is just, like I said, is basically downgrading itself. Okay, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is basically taking the format from the older Capcom games of the series. Okay, for the OG game players like me, the ones who are my age, who played video games in the 1990s, you went to the arcades. For those that had a Sega Saturn, had a PlayStation 1, then you remember X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Marvel vs. Street Fighter that came out the following year, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 1. And Marvel vs. Capcom 1 had the assist characters only. Yeah, you had your 2 versus 2, but you had your assist characters that you can bring in. Okay? That roster was largely big too, but if y'all remember those 3 titles, it had 2 versus 2. Okay? People were doing what you do on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and what people was doing back in 96 through 98. That was back when people had X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. People were doing 2 versus 2. So I feel, man, for them to go back to that format is just kind of like going back. You're downgrading yourself, basically. You know what I'm saying? I feel, you know what I'm saying? They're not following they're basically like selling themselves short. You know, that's how I feel about it. Like, why would you want to downplay yourself? Why would you want to go? Why would you want to go back to say, for example, right? For Windows, you got Windows 10. You know what I'm saying? You got Windows 9, Windows 10. You don't got XP anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got Windows 98. You don't got Windows 95. Nobody's using XP anymore. Everybody got Windows 10. If you're Windows 10, why would you go back to Windows XP? Why would you go back to what you've been already did 15, 12, you know what I'm saying, 15, 18 years ago, 20 years ago, okay? That's the problem I have with this new Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, this game here, all had 3 versus 3, which is a lot more funner. You got a lot more variety of attacks you could do. You got a lot more combos, a lot of things you can do, and it made the game fun and competitive. Okay, why would you just go back to just a 2 versus 2? And the roster's not even that big. Like, and even then, they don't even have no X-Men characters in that game. None of the fan favorites that made that game what it is. That's why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, honestly, they're gonna suck in sales. They're not gonna sell as much. Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z is gonna take the majority of the sales. Most people will be flocking onto Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. They're not gonna be buying Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because of that same problem. Like I said, no X-Men characters, no Magneto, no Sentinel, no Storm on there. And even then, on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they don't even have this Gamma character. They didn't have Cyclops. There's a lot of characters like this Cable right here. They didn't have it in those games, okay? They don't have this Zunk Shift. That's the one thing I didn't like about 2. How you not have Zunk Shift? Yeah, I understand you added Hagar, but they gave Hagar Zunk Shift spin move. That's totally copying this character. That's cheating, man. That's like, I want to say cheating, but just kind of like doing this character wrong. They doing Zunk Shift dirty because that spin move, that Cyclone move is what made Zunk Shift what he is. And you give it to Hagar instead, it's just kind of like it's just dirty, man. It's just not, that wasn't, like I said, that wasn't a good idea at all. I didn't even use Hagar. I hated Hagar because, like I said, Hagar is not that popular character anyway. Even then, they don't got no Rogue on there. Okay, no Omega Red. Like, none of these some of these characters in that game. Venom should have been in that game. No, that's the problem with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Even though Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was actually easier, it had 4 buttons. It was just missing too many characters. So that was the problem. And now they're going to bring this infinite version of it. And even then, they only got the roster. Like I said, the roster is not too much impressive. And most of the Capcom characters are characters from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that are pretty much making a return. Like Doctor Strange. You got the Devil May Cry characters making a return, like Wesker and not even Wesker. Yeah, you got Virgil. Okay, like characters like them are making a return. Wesker, they'll probably make a return in there. You got the Resident Evil characters, but still, like, it sucks. Look, no Sakura. Okay, this is the problem with Marvel's Capcom Infinite. They're not bringing none of the original characters we want back, like this game, like Cammy. Why isn't Cammy getting added back? Bison, okay, Bison had a lot of popularity in Street Fighter 4. You know what I'm saying? Street Fighter 5, like, where's him? Where's Dalshin? Where's Charlie Nash, okay? Ken. And I noticed, man, they had Ryu and Akuma in the last game, but no Ken. This would be the perfect time to add Ken in there because of the momentum Street Fighter 5 had. Ken was a tournament favorite in the Street Fighter 5, okay? One of the best top 5 characters. If y'all watch that, watch Spike TV, that when they had the Street Fighter 5 tournament, Ken was on there. Why don't they have him in this game being added on there with Ryu? That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't make sense. Guile they leaving out. They leaving too many original characters. You know what I'm saying? This guy should be added in there. If they're gonna add some Darkstalker characters, like they did with Jedi, the Anchorus should be, Anchorus should be added in there. He definitely should be a must. Okay, you're gonna add Darkstalker characters. You got Morgan. Now they didn't add a Jedi. Why don't you add Anchorus? They're gonna add Felicia on there. Why can't they put Anchorus? Why can't they put more Darkstalker characters, Vampire Savers in there? Okay, like I said, this is the problem I have. Look at Iceman is never gonna see no playing time because they try to make Silver Surfer. And they say Silver Surfer was too much like Iceman, which didn't make sense. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that Thanos is gonna be added into that game, but still, man, like that's the problem I have with Marvel's Capcom Infinite. The fact that there's no X-Men characters like Colossus and Spinal, they can't even add Blackheart in there. Blackhawk should definitely be a DLC. Okay, he's technically not an X-Men at all. He's part of the Marvel Universe. But even then, Sabretooth I missed. They don't have him on there. So, like I said, man, Marvel's Capcom Infinite. Let's say if Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z could add literally a max 50 characters at their initial roster having 30, but and have like over like 20 DLC, then like I said, that game will definitely take Marvel's Capcom Infinite off the map. Like literally, man, Marvel's Capcom Infinite is gonna flop. I got a strong feeling they're gonna flop big time. But anyways, like I said, that's just how I feel, man. Like there's just no excuses. That they ain't had that game. Marvel's Capcom entirely as a series took like a 4 or 5 year hiatus. Okay, 6, 7 years. They thought they was never gonna make another video game, and they finally come out with another one. But like I said, no X-Men characters this whole time. Like, what have you been doing, Capcom? But Arc Systems could definitely take a page out of this book. I could really see it happen. Okay, so like I said, don't be surprised. Like I said, I know y'all say it's gonna be, because even then, we can't assume it's gonna be a small roster neither. Like I said, because this is, I've got a feeling this game has been something they've been working on for a while. Okay, like I said, this is, yeah, Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z is not Blaze Blue. Okay, it's not Persona 4. Okay, it's none of those games. It's not Guilty Gear. And even Guilty Gear, if you had the one for Xbox 360, not Exora, but if you had the other one like this one, that wasn't 3D, that had roughly literally over 25, maybe 30 characters. But this is not those games. This is something totally different. For anybody that's been playing Dragon Ball Z over the last 4 or 5 years, they have very large rosters. So I understand why they only have a limited amount of roster. It doesn't make sense for Dragon Ball Z. You have to have a large roster, especially for this format. So, you know, that's just my take on it. This is the afterthought here on this on my take. I just believe it's going to be more than, I just think it's going to be more than 30 characters. I know my roster, my video originally had 35, but it might be more than that. But again, you know, I want to see more of a variety here. You know, so I want to see Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z really make an effort to make their game fun. And like I said, but I feel if they add 56 characters, including DLC, if they have a max roster of 50 characters, then like I said, that would be the best Dragon Ball Z game. That game will win. That game will win Game of the Year. Okay, when they have the Video Game Awards, it will definitely win Game of the Year. That game might even rival Tekken. Even though Tekken 7 is gonna have a lot of momentum, that game is gonna rival Tekken if they do go in that direction. Anyways, this your boy Z here. If you want me to do gameplay of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I possibly will. I'm kind of busy. A lot of things have been happening. My room's been kind of remodeled at the time, so I don't really got too much to go on right now. I've been taking care of a lot of business, but I'm definitely going to do gameplay on my own pretty soon once I get my camera and stuff all set up. But anyways, man, y'all stay blessed, stay tuned, and again, Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, like I said, that's the game that I'm going to be playing. I'm not going to be buying Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite at all, but I really wish they would add 50 characters in there. Anyways, y'all stay blessed. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.